Okay, so what I have in my measuring cup here is 1 cup of unrefined shea butter, and this is the brand that I use. You can order this off of Amazon. It's Ivory 100% pure handmade shea butter. This is some good stuff, you guys. So I'll put the link down in the video for you guys to check it out. So I already went ahead and measured 1 cup of the shea butter. So I'm just going to add that into my bowl. Next, I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of this Nature's Way coconut oil. This is the extra virgin organic coconut oil. So we're going to go ahead and open that up. And I'm just going to scoop out 1 tablespoon, roughly. So it should look like that. And we're just going to add that in there. Next, we're going to come in with our avocado oil, and we're just going to use 1 tablespoon of this avocado oil. All of the ingredients that I'm using for this whipped shea butter, I did order from Amazon. I will try to put the links down below. So you're just going to do 1 tablespoon. Next, we're going to come in with our Jamaican black castor oil, and we're going to put 1 tablespoon of that. And this one, you guys, has a very unique smell to it, so you're going to want to add an essential oil, because the castor oil mixed with the shea butter is going to give you not a rancid smell, but it's going to smell a little funky. So we're going to add some essential oils to this to kind of cut down on that very earthy smell that it has. And then lastly, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of Moroccan argan oil. This is 100% argan oil. So we're going to go ahead and add that. You could use the dropper, but I'm just going to pour it straight from the bottle into my measuring spoon. And that is it. Those are all the ingredients for our whipped shea butter. What I'm going to do at this point, I'm going to grab my essential oils and add a few drops of that. You can use whatever essential oil you want to. Today I'm going to be using lavender, so I'll be right back. This is the brand of essential oil that I'm going to be using. Mine is lavender. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start whipping up the shea butter, and then I will be adding my essential oils at the end, towards the end, when it's almost ready. So what we're going to do, you're going to use a hand mixer such as this with this attachment, or if you have a whisk attachment, that will work too. I would recommend that you start off with this, and then if you want to switch over to your whisk attachment, you can do that. So what I'm going to do is just make sure I have a good grip on my bowl, and then I'm going to turn my mixer on. So as you can see, it kind of looks like cake batter, and it's getting kind of fluffy. I'm just going to go ahead and just continue to beat the air into this mixture. The more you whip it, the more fluffy it's going to become in texture. So you just kind of want to eyeball it and look for nice fluffy peaks. But if you wanted to stop here, you could, but it does have kind of a grainy texture. So I'm just going to continue to whip this all up until I reach the texture that I'm happy with. And then we'll go ahead and add in our oils. Okay, so as you can see, this is what we have here. It kind of looks like cake frosting. It has a very nutty, earthy aroma to it. So now I'm going to go ahead and add a few drops of my lavender oil. And this is to your liking. Now keep in mind, essential oils, depending on the brand and the quality of the oil, could be quite strong. I am familiar with this oil, and I like the smell of lavender, so I'm just gonna go for it. And I think what I'm gonna do is actually change over to my whisk attachment so I can get just a little bit more fluffiness out of this mixture. You don't want to throw away what is on here. Wipe it off because you can use that on your skin, and as you can see, you're gonna come out with a lovely moisturizer for your skin. That right there was probably enough to do my entire arm, because as you can see, it's quite oily because of all of the wonderful oils that we put into our mixture. So I want to tell you, a little bit goes a long way with this whipped shea butter. You do not have to slather it on like regular lotion. I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab my whisk. As you can see, I switched my attachment over to my whisk, and I'm just going to whisk in the essential oils that we added in, and then we'll be ready to put it in our plastic Ziploc bag to pipe it into our container. And there you have it, you guys, whipped shea butter. It looks light and fluffy and airy. It feels absolutely divine on the skin. What we're gonna do now is transfer it over into a Ziploc baggie for piping into our container. And so this is the container that I'm using, and all it is just an emptied out sugar scrub container. Preferably, the research that I have done online says that you should store it in a glass container to preserve the actual shea butter and the products and everything so they don't go bad. But I can honestly tell you, I have another batch that I have had stored in a plastic container. If you're using this every day and all you have is a plastic container, that's perfectly fine, because it's gonna be done before you know it. Like, my whole family used an entire jar of it, and it did last me a while. But what I'm trying to say is this mixture, this recipe is so good that you're gonna wanna use it, and so it's kind of not gonna go bad because you'll finish it before it ever goes bad, okay? And I don't know if I mentioned this in the beginning, but you can use this mixture in your hair and you can use it on your body. So for those of you who are natural like me and you want a good sealant, this would be an excellent mixture to seal your hair ends in. This is not for the purpose of deep conditioning. It's not for the purpose of moisturizing your hair. It's more of a sealant. All of the oils that we put in there are penetrating oils. So what you would do is you would wash your hair, do your regular regimen, and then when you want to seal your hair ends at night before you do your protective styling, or just, you know, midweek to seal your ends if it's already in a protective style, you would just dab a little bit on your finger and rub it on the hair ends to seal in your hair ends and seal the hair shaft, okay? Our shea butter mix into our jar. And you want to drain this bag as much as you can. You don't want to waste anything. All of your ingredients cost money, so you want to get as much of it out of the bag as you possibly can. But this is the easiest way without creating a bunch of mess to get your product into your jar. And that's about it. So whatever's left over in your bag, if you wanted to turn it inside out and go ahead and apply it to your skin or your hair, you can do that. At this point, my hands are pretty messy, so I'm gonna end the video here, but what you're gonna end up with is a beautiful whipped shea butter that you can use on your skin for your entire family. I guarantee you're gonna enjoy it. Thank you so much for coming back to the tea room. You know what I'm gonna tell you: stay sweet, stay beautiful, and remember, there's always time for tea. I love you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.